Let me ask you a dangerous question. What if your weakness was never yours to begin with? What if the voice in your head, the one that says you're soft, fragile, stuck, wasn't yours at all? What if it was installed, trained, programmed, not by malice but by repetition, parents, teachers, media, culture, 1,000 subtle cues all pointing you toward one message: stay tame, stay manageable, stay forgettable. But something in you never agreed. And that part is why you're here. Because you're ready to tear out the script, to burn the mask, to see weakness for what it really is, not a flaw, a choice, a habit, a pattern of self-betrayal wrapped in the comfort of passivity. Weakness isn't emotion, it's submission. It's not softness, it's surrender. It's not that you feel deeply, it's that you obey those feelings without question. You've been trained to believe that obedience is virtue, but it's not. It's camouflage. You've mistaken survival instincts for identity. You've called your fear humility, your avoidance peace, your silence wisdom. But at night alone, the truth creeps back in. You've been hiding, not because you're fragile, but because the world told you it was safer to be small than to be seen. Nietzsche didn't write for the comfortable. He didn't care about your feelings. He cared about your fire. And if you're still listening, that fire isn't dead. It's buried. The world is not neutral. It doesn't just allow weakness, it manufactures it. School taught you to wait your turn. Culture taught you to please the crowd. Algorithms trained your attention span to crave pacifiers instead of challenge. And even the people who love you, they love you more when you don't threaten them. So they reward your silence, applaud your restraint, celebrate your smallness, not because it helps you, but because it makes them comfortable. So you adapt, you shrink, you bend. And then you wonder why your life feels hollow, why nothing feels real, why you're tired even after resting. That's not burnout. That's spiritual erosion. That's the cost of living as someone you're not. You don't need motivation. You don't need a morning routine or a new app or another list of goals. You need confrontation. You need to meet the version of you that you've been avoiding. The version that knows what you want, knows what you won't tolerate, knows how to walk away without explanation. That version isn't something you need to become. It's something you need to stop suffocating. And it starts with a simple question. Who are you when no one needs you to be nice? No one needs you to be agreeable. No one is watching. No one is grading. What do you choose? That's silence. The one right after that question. That's where the real answers live. Most people run from that silence. You're not going to. Weakness doesn't always scream. Sometimes it whispers. In your daily rituals, in your soft concessions, in the small compromises you make with yourself every morning before the world even wakes up. You check your phone first thing. You've already submitted. You scroll, you absorb, you compare. You've already placed your value outside yourself. Nietzsche said, "He who cannot command himself will always be commanded." So who's commanding you? Your reflexes, your notifications, your fears. This ends now. From this point forward, you don't react, you claim. You don't consume, you create. You don't wake up and drift, you wake up and direct. Before you check a screen, check your spine. Before you answer the world, answer yourself. What am I building today? What am I protecting? What will I not compromise? This is how power begins, not with noise, but with discipline. Words are not cheap. Words are tools. And if yours are dull, it's because you've been taught to dull them. You hedge your opinions. You dilute your truth. You apologize for clarity. And then you wonder why no one listens. You've been trained to sound polite, not powerful. But Nietzsche didn't whisper. He wrote like a blade, not to be loud, to be undeniable, to speak in a way that couldn't be ignored. So from now on, speak with weight, not anger. Weight, the kind that makes people pause, the kind that doesn't chase approval. You're not here to be agreeable. You're here to be clear. Clarity creates gravity, and people respect gravity even when they pretend not to. Here's another lie you were sold: that strength means emotional numbness, that you're only powerful if you feel nothing. Wrong. That's not strength. That's dysfunction. Real power is the ability to feel everything and still choose, still acting, still command. You don't lash out. You don't beg. You don't justify. You observe. You absorb. You respond with precision. Call it stillness. Call it surgical. Call it what it is: control. Because weakness is letting emotion drag you. Strength is riding it like a current, not getting drowned by it. Stop calling chaos authenticity. Stop calling self-sabotage expression. Discipline isn't cold, it's clean. It's the line between power and collapse. You've been told that being emotional makes you human, but what they never said is that uncontrolled emotion makes you manipulable. It makes you readable, predictable, easy to corner, easy to dismiss. Strength isn't about turning off your feelings. It's about not letting them run your decisions, not reacting just because you're triggered, not justifying impulsiveness as passion. That's not power. That's dependency on mood, on validation, on being understood. But Nietzsche didn't aim for understanding. He aimed for truth, and truth often comes wrapped in solitude. Here's something most won't admit. You are addicted to being accepted, not loved. Accepted, tolerated, included, invited. You want belonging so badly, you're willing to lie for it, shrink for it, mute yourself for it. You've mistaken the warmth of the group for safety, even as it kills your identity one compromise at a time. But you are not here to be digestible. You are here to be undeniable. If standing alone is the price of authenticity, then let them leave. You don't need a tribe. You need alignment. Stop molding yourself to be accepted by people who don't even accept themselves. You don't need more permission. You need less negotiation. That's the upgrade: solitude over submission. Because belonging is not always a gift. Sometimes it's a leash. So why do you procrastinate? Why do you self-sabotage, delay, hesitate, even when you know better? It's not laziness. It's loyalty. A twisted loyalty to an old version of yourself. The one who learned that staying small made others more comfortable. You learned that ambition made you too much, that honesty made you harsh, that hunger made you selfish. So you dulled the blade. You kept the peace. You smiled and nodded and waited for someone else to validate your power before you used it. But no more. You are not here to be tolerated. You are here to be felt. That will require intensity. That will require confrontation. That will require walking into rooms and not shrinking, even if it makes people uncomfortable. Because growth creates distance. Not everyone will come with you. Some people were only meant to love the watered-down version of you. Let them. Nietzsche said, "The snake which cannot shed its skin must perish." And that's what weakness is. The refusal to evolve because you fear who you'll lose if you do. But now you shed the skin, not gently, not slowly. You tear it off. The people pleaser? Gone. The overthinker? Gone. The self-doubter? The over-apologizer? The emotional translator who makes everyone else comfortable before speaking? Gone. Let's get tactical. Every time you say, "I don't know," when you do, you train yourself to distrust your own mind. Every time you say maybe when you mean no, you fracture your integrity. Every time you say sorry for simply existing, for having a voice, for needing space, you cut your own spine in half. Speak cleanly. Don't soften. Don't hedge. Don't explain. People will say you're cold. Let them. That's just their addiction to your compliance talking. You're done with that now. Look at your body. Weakness lives there too. In how you sit, how you move, how you breathe. Most people carry themselves like prey. Shoulders forward, eyes down, breath shallow. You can read their whole life in their posture, but you're rewriting yours. Stand like someone who knows they're being watched. Walk like someone who expects to be followed. Sit like someone who doesn't ask for permission, not with arrogance, with certainty. Presence doesn't come from volume, it comes from alignment, from knowing exactly what you believe in and refusing to fold when it's tested. So write it down. What do you believe in so deeply you'd walk away from anything that insults it? That is your core, your axis, your anchor in a culture built to unbalance you. Now let's kill something else. Victimhood. Nietzsche despised the glorification of suffering. He saw it for what it is, a trap, a disguise for stagnation, a justification for mediocrity. When you make your wounds your identity, you become loyal to your pain. You wear it like armor, not to protect yourself, but to be seen. But that's not power, that's dependency. No one cares what you survived. They care who you became because of it. And if all you became was cautious, bitter, anxious, you didn't transform. You submitted. Rewrite the story. Stop calling yourself a trauma survivor. Call yourself a builder of fire. Stop saying, I have anxiety. Say, I own stillness. Words are spells. If you speak like a victim, you live like one. So speak like a sovereign, or don't speak at all. You already knew everything I've said, not in your mind, in your marrow. The deeper part of you has been nodding this whole time. The part of you that remembers what strength feels like, what clarity feels like, what it feels like to move without apology, to walk away from conversations that shrink you, to say no with your chest, to say yes only to what sharpens you. That's not motivation. That's memory. That's your original state. You've come home. But now that you're here, you can't unknow this. You can't go back to playing weak, not without shame. You either evolve or you lie. So decide. Who are you now that you remember? Become the one Nietzsche would respect. Not the loudest, not the richest, not the most praised, the most real, the one who looks in the mirror and sees no hesitation, only presence. This is your standard now. Guard it like your life depends on it. Because it does. If you've made it this far, you're not just scrolling, you're searching for something deeper. Thanks for trusting me with your mind. If this spoke to you, like the video, hit subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to reclaim their power. Until next time, stay sharp and think deeper.